Have you ever felt drained from constantly trying to meet the expectations of others or fend off their judgmental gazes? In a world filled with noise and endless comparisons, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters, the peace that comes from within. True tranquility isn't found in the fleeting approval of others, but in your ability to stay calm, centered, focused on yourself. Stoicism teaches us, don't waste energy trying to control what lies beyond. Master what you already own, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. That's how you reclaim yourself. Amid the chaos, amid the noise, now take a step back, embrace silence, and let focus guide your inner strength. This isn't theory, it's a shift. Every insight you'll hear is a key. Don't miss a single one. Let's begin. Rediscovering self-love. They told you love would save you, that happiness lives in the arms of another, that being alone means something is broken, but they never told you this. You can be surrounded and still feel empty. You can be loved and still feel lost. You can be chosen and still not choose yourself. Stoicism reminds us the only love that sets you free is the one you give yourself. Not inflated ego, not delusion, but a quiet, steady acceptance. You are not perfect, you never were, but you are still worthy. Think of the times you begged for attention, settled for presence, mistook silence for care. You thought they would heal you. But healing never begins outside. It starts in the mirror, in the way you speak to yourself when no one's listening, in the promises you keep when no one's watching. In heartbreak, you don't need saving, you need remembering that your worth was never theirs to hold. Love that depends on others dies when they leave. But love that begins in you outlives everything. You are enough without being held. Finding peace in solitude and time. Have you ever asked yourself, where did all my time go? Between unread messages, unfinished tasks, and hours lost to scrolling through someone else's life. The days blur, the soul dims. But Stoicism whispers, it is not that life is short, it is that we waste so much of it. Time is not a number, it's not currency. It's a mirror showing what you value. You say you want peace, but your habits say otherwise. Imagine waking up and not reaching for your phone, not racing into the noise, but just being, breathing, thinking, owning your moment. This is not retreat, this is return to the only place you'll ever find stillness, yourself. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. The world wants your attention, but your peace only asks for your presence. When you sit with silence, you see the chaos you carry and the strength you've buried beneath it. You don't need more time, you need less distraction. Stillness is where you begin to heal. Building strength through self-reliance. You've been taught to reach out, to lean, to wait for someone to lift you. But what if no one does? What if the silence stays and the hand never comes? Then what? This is where self-reliance begins. Not as rebellion, but as realization. You are not weak because you're alone. You're strong because you keep going anyway. Stoicism calls it fortitude. The inner steel that doesn't shout, that doesn't need comfort to move. It's the quiet voice that says, I'll carry this, even if it's heavy. Think of the moments they disappointed you, when support turned into silence, when presence turned into absence, yet you're still here, still rising, still becoming. Self-reliance isn't isolation. It's trust, not in the world, but in your ability to rebuild. Again and again and again, you are not alone. When you can stand with yourself. Let results be your only voice. They won't believe your words, not because you're wrong, but because they only hear noise. Talk too much, and they'll tune you out. Move in silence, and they'll lean in. You don't need to announce progress. You don't need to prove your potential. Because in the end, they don't remember promises, only outcomes. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So stop justifying, stop forecasting, Stop warning them about what you're going to do. Do it. Let your results walk into the room before you. Let your work echo after your voice goes silent. No debates, no permission, just action. Your worth doesn't need to be explained. It needs to be witnessed. And when they finally see it, they'll understand why you were so quiet. The louder your results, the quieter you can be. Solitude is where strength is forged. They'll tell you to stay connected, to stay visible, to stay surrounded. But solitude, that's where transformation begins. The Stoics didn't fear isolation, they welcomed it. Because in the quiet, there's no one left to impress, no noise to distract, no masks to wear, just you. And the truth you've been avoiding. Ever felt that silence, where even your own thoughts echo? That's not emptiness, that's the sound of rebuilding. You were never meant to be everywhere, seen by everyone, liked by all. You were meant to be aligned with something deeper, something sacred, yourself. Alone doesn't mean lost. It means untouched. It means choosing the mountain, while others chase the crowd. A man who can sit with his solitude can stand through anything. The strongest things grow where no one's looking. True power doesn't need to be seen. Look around. Everyone's broadcasting, documenting, declaring. But what if the real ones aren't talking? What if the ones making the biggest moves don't need you to know? There's a strength that doesn't wear armor. It doesn't shine. It doesn't seek eyes. It builds in basements, in back rooms, in early mornings and late nights, where no one is watching. You want to be noticed, but what you really need is to become undeniable. And that never starts with noise. Stoicism teaches to be dangerous without display, to be excellent without applause, to be great without announcement. You don't owe anyone a glimpse. You don't owe them updates. You owe yourself consistency. Power doesn't flex, it focuses. Grow quietly like trees do. When have you seen a tree rush? When have you seen it compare or ask permission to rise? It doesn't. It takes root, it digs deep, and it grows in silence. The tallest things in nature are also the quietest. No shouting, no proving, just becoming. You don't need noise to be significant. You don't need speed to be strong. You need depth and patience and silence. Let them wonder, let them doubt, while you stretch your roots, while you build your core. Because the tree that grows slow endures the storm. They won't see you coming. They'll only feel the shadow once you've grown too tall to ignore. Grow in silence and rise beyond them. You don't have to be loud to be heard. You don't have to be visible to be powerful, because the most permanent changes happen beneath the surface. In silence, in solitude, in self. Let others run toward the noise. Let them chase the flash, the echo, the crowd. But you build what can't be shaken, even when no one's watching, especially when no one's watching. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. No more explanation, no more waiting, just become." If you've made it this far, perhaps something in you is already shifting. Don't say anything. Don't share it. Just let it grow. Let your silence become your proof. The world doesn't need to hear you. It needs to see you different.